It's Monday today, and it's a bit rainy outside. Actually, it's really rainy outside. It's a bit gray. I've got the light on in the background. Kind of help. I hope it helps, I'm sorry if the lighting conditions aren't very great. And today I've got a presentation to go do. I'm actually headed over there soon. I can't stay too long. But there's something I want to talk about, and it's rushing. Because when I woke up today, for a moment, I had a little bit of panic. Because I had set an alarm for a certain time. I woke up before the alarm, and then I guess I fell back asleep or something, and I missed the alarm for some reason. I think I went on my phone and shut it off so that it wouldn't go off in my pocket. But yeah, I ended up accidentally falling asleep. So when I woke up, I said, oh shit, I'm gonna be late. So I had this urge, this panic to rush. Why? Why do we do it? Why do we rush? Here's the question for you guys. Isn't it curious how even sometimes, despite our absolute best efforts to try and do something on time or do something early, when we try and rush, it almost seems as if, despite as hard as we try, we just can't get there early or on time. We get there kind of when we get there, as if there's kind of like a soft destiny in this universe where there's certain events in our lives that, happen at fixed points in time. Almost like that. Almost like that. I'm not sure if I believe that. Still got some more exploring in this existence to do, some more thinking about it, before I can confirm, absolutely say that that's the case. But it almost feels like that. Like there are these fixed points. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm coming down with a cold or something. My nose, it's a bit runny. But yeah, so these fixed points, if they do exist, what's the hurry? Why do we rush? If you're going to be late, you're going to be late. There's nothing you could do about it. As hard as we try and speed down the street, we just keep getting stuck at red lights. Or, I don't know, you want to get ahead in your career. So we try and we push and we push, and we don't seem to get that promotion. No matter how hard we try, we just don't seem to get it. And it's almost as if we fall back in our careers. But I don't think anything is an accident out there. Everything is for a reason. Maybe these kinds of fixed points in our lives do exist, and as hard as we try, that's almost like when we face our destiny, when we're trying to avoid it, that's when we kind of merge paths with it. So yeah, why panic? Why hurry? Why rush? Just gotta tell myself sometimes, hey Chris, relax, it's fine. You'll be late, there's nothing you can do about it. You messed up, but in a way, you didn't mess up because it happens for a reason. Something, some greater power out there maybe, made me turn off that alarm a little bit too early so I could fall back asleep. Now I'm making this video about it. Who knows? This video might lead to something insane. Maybe it'll go viral. Maybe it'll never go viral. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen yet. But there's definitely a reason this happened. And then likewise, I know we talk about this a lot, but this goes back to debt. I feel like debt, monetary debt that is. I guess you can call rushing like a time debt as well. You push ahead too fast, and then you've got to repay that time later, so that the universe will find a way to slow you down later, so you arrive at that fixed point at the right time. Same with debt. You try economically, you try and get ahead, so you push ahead. And then, of course, you've got to pay it back later, and it slows you down. And sometimes there's unintended consequences to that debt too. It's not as simple as just paying off the interest and, oh yeah, I used that debt to get myself ahead, start up the business. It slows you down in other ways too than just paying off that interest. I've personally only once ever taken on actual debt. I use credit cards all the time, but I use them for different reasons. It's because you get rewards programs from them. There's problems with that too, and I'll probably talk about them in another video. But essentially, those rewards programs, you still pay for them. It's a hidden fee somewhere. Maybe the merchants. It's usually the merchants that have to pay them. And the credit card company charges them a higher fee to use their service. So you still pay for those rewards. It's always a cost to everything. Nothing is completely as it seems or completely free in this life. But going back to debt, one time in my life I had to take out debt. I said I had to. Nobody has to take out debt, but I felt like I had to. And in a way, it was probably for the better, because now I know better. Never do it again. I'm telling you, just Chris, if you're listening in the future, don't take on debts. Don't try and rush. So here's what happened. I was wanting a job. I didn't want to take on a minimum wage job. I wanted something a little bit better, a little bit greater. So, I went to my dad and I talked to him and I asked him, hey, could I get a small little loan? Maybe, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000, something to help me buy a car. So I can go and do Uber again, because I used to share my car with my dad, do Uber through that, and I freaking loved it. One of the best jobs I've ever had. But then the car became too old to use, so I needed to buy a new one. So my dad helped me, he gave me $10,000, and freaking bless his soul, didn't charge me any interest, told me pay it off however long you need to. So I took on $10,000, got my car, drove the crap out of it to try and pay off that debt as quickly as possible. What happens? I crashed the car. Boom, just like that. Just like that, All that hard work I put in to try and get ahead, now I'm set back. Trying to avoid that destiny, get ahead as fast as I can, rushing through my life. And I get set back and put back in place, back on track, back on the natural flow of things, right? So yeah, what's the hurry? What's the rush? Take your time. It's okay to be late. Nobody's ever late. It only seems like you're late, but out there's a natural flow to things. Follow that natural flow.